Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Word Origins 165. Word origin today is hypocrite. Okay, let's take a look at the board here. Somebody wants a screenshot now. All right, let's get right into it. If someone calls another person a hypocrite, he or she is saying that person professes or preaches moral principles and behavior, but in fact, in their personal life, their behavior proves that they are insincere. So they're not honest, they're true. They're telling you, you should not do this thing, but they themselves are usually caught doing it. So we know that they do it, even though they're telling you not to do it. All right, let's continue. They often do things or behave in ways in which they are suggesting if you do it, you are bad, you are careless, you are irresponsible. But they have been caught doing the same exact thing. So this is the perfect way that we think somebody could be a hypocrite. All right, let's continue. The origin of this word comes from the Greek word, hypocrite. In Greece, this word meant an actor or stage performer. In ancient Greece, the actors wore masks and spoke from beneath them. So they actually had the mask on and then they just spoke from under the mask. Over time, the word took on the meaning of a person who wore a mask. Maybe not literally a mask, but that's not really who they really are. And was pretending to be someone or something he or she was not. So, I don't know. Does that sound like politicians today? I'm not sure. All right, let's continue. It is similar to the proverb, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, that's one that I just recently covered too. And even though that one is actually used more in kind of a funny way, if you do that, it could have a little bit of the appearance of being a hypocrite. All right, let's continue here. I only actually have a couple of examples because I know hypocrite, most of you probably already do know this word. Here's the first one. Recently, there was a news story that made the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, look like a hypocrite. Basically what happened here is in her district, she still has a lockdown on a lot of businesses, and especially hair salons, to get their hair done. But she actually called and made an appointment with a hair salon that's supposed to be closed, one that she used to go to before, but she's not allowing them to work. But just for her, she went in there and she got her hair done, and she didn't even wear a mask, where she's telling everybody, you must wear a mask, you must do this. But she did the total opposite, and that was on the news for a number of days. But of course, if you do this, it makes you look like a hypocrite. You say one thing. So basically, and a lot of the news networks were actually using that phrase that, Nancy Pelosi is, doing do as I say, not as I do. They were actually saying that. All right, let's continue. Then there was also another story only a few days later. Second news story that the private gym for the congressmen, for the politicians, was still open. So they could still go and they could do all their workouts. So they could work out. Yet many forced gyms in their own states to stay closed. And a lot of these gyms might go out of business. People could be losing jobs. But, they kept their own gym open so that they could work out in order to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. So, they might joke, is this a very smart virus that they only, they know, congressman, won't give it to him, or, that's what they're saying, basically. Either way, it made them all appear a little bit like hypocrites. Let's continue. And then here's just a normal example of hypocrite. You cannot do that. You are always preaching to people not to behave that way. If they find out you behave the same way, it will hurt your reputation and make you appear like a hypocrite. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was food for thought. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.